Hello everyone and welcome back to Milo Farms. Well, an update video on the reverse issue with the 2024 Skidoo Grand Touring LE. This has the electronic reverse, and you can see right here the electronic motor and actuator and all that stuff for the reverse on there. So a few weeks ago we were up in the mountains and we were trying to have an enjoyable day up there and put the machine in reverse to try to back it up, and it would not come back out of reverse. It was stuck. So we were able to, in the last video, disconnect some of the linkages here and get it to go back into drive and get it back in the trailer and get home. But this is a 2024 machine. It's very new. Only has a couple hundred miles on it, so there's no reason we should be having a problem like that. So once we got it home, determined that it had a code P16C7, a check engine code P16C7, and it had a whole bunch of wording that went along with it on the instrument panel that didn't make a lot of sense for anything to do with the actuator. But we took it over to the dealership and talked to them and about how few miles the machine had and the issues that were happening with it. And turns out there is a technical service bulletin out there for this particular machine and a couple machines in the same era. So that's definitely something that should be looked into. But the technical service bulletin, per the gentleman at the service counter, indicated that this motor right here, which is basically like a kind of a small version of a windshield wiper motor, on the armature in here, where the brushes are on the commutator, I think they call that section, there was some glue on many of these original units that were installed. And that glue causes the brushes to not be able to contact like they're supposed to and cause it to get stuck into a position. It also indicated that there should be the adjustment should be checked on this rod right here, that it's not too tight or too loose and causing it to bind up. So they ended up, even though the machine is outside of warranty but covered through the technical service bulletin, they replaced this actuator motor, and I don't know if they made an adjustment here or not, but it's all back together, no charge, and it's fixed up. So that's one problem that can exist with these units right here. A second issue, and we'll talk about that in a later video, is the earlier models had relays that were back here on the back side that controlled this motor, and then the newer models like this have relays in this box that control this motor. When the motor reaches the end of its path, one way or the other, it has a momentary high amp draw and can cause a lot of arcing on these relays. So there's a gentleman that's made a fix kit for that. But this is just kind of an update on where we're at. If we ever get some snow, we are going to get this thing out and go run it again and see what happens. So hope everybody enjoyed the video. If you're having a similar problem, check with your dealer on that. And remember, you can't finish a project without getting started.